All right, so page 386, let's keep working with adding and subtracting rational expressions. So in this example, you'll notice that our denominator has variables, and also it has different variables with different numbers. So we're going to have to find our lowest common denominator with them. So I'm going to work on these two examples here. So for the part C, you'll notice that it has 6x and 3x. So if I were to break that down, it would be 2 times 3 times x, and 3x can be factorized as 3 times x. So if we look for common factors, it would be the 3, the x, and then another 2. So altogether, it's our 6x, which is our common denominator. So I'm going to write that over 6x. So this first fraction needs to be multiplied with 1 because it already has a 6x. So it's going to be 1 times 2x minus 5. The second one here, not forgetting our brackets, needs to be multiplied with just a 2 because it already has the 3x. It just needs a 2. So I'm going to multiply this with a 2. So minus 2 times x minus 2. Okay. Then we're going to distribute in our numbers outside. So we get 2x minus 5. And this gets negative 6x plus 4 over 6x. And again, x cannot equal to 0 because we don't want our 6x becoming 0. So 6x cannot equal to 0, which just basically means x cannot equal to 0. So that's our non-permissible value or restriction. Combine our like terms, giving me a negative 4x minus 1 over 6x. Okay. This is all that we really need to do with it. We can't really reduce it any further, so this ends up becoming my final answer. Now as part D, we'll do the same thing again. We're going to try finding an LCD. So 2a squared will prime factorize to 2 times a times a. 5a will prime factorize to 5 times a. Common is a, and that's it. And then the rest is the 2, and this 5, and then this a. I'll just write it over here, which makes it into 10a squared. So my common denominator is 10a squared. What does the first denominator need? It has the 2a squared. It just needs the 5. Okay. The second one only has a 5a, so it needs to be multiplied with a 2a. And then next step, we're actually going to multiply it out. So this becomes 5a plus 35 minus 6a over 10a squared. Once again, a cannot equal to 0. And when we combine these like terms, we end up getting negative a plus 35 over 10a squared. And because we can't reduce our all terms with a common number, so not everything will get reduced by a, or not everything will get reduced by 5, our final answer will be that over here.